Howdy, Redesert Boy here. Today I'm going to talk a little bit. I saw a video by the old 1911. If you haven't watched his channel, very good channel. Been watching it for a long time. His channel's been around for a long time. Very straightforward and talking about his carry and his different guns and things. But he was talking about guns that he kind of wished he hadn't got rid of. So I hope he doesn't mind, but it kind of makes me think of the same thing, so there are a few that I have to say that I do kind of wish I had them still. And there was different reasons for giving them up. But without digressing too much, let's start off. First of all, we're going to talk about this one, which I will show a picture of here, and maybe a little video at the range. So this here is my Dan Wesson Guardian with the Bob mainspring housing in 45 Colt. Had an awesome Novak sights on it. Great shooter, commander size with a 4.25-inch barrel. And I'd always wanted one something like this. I used to want the C-Bob one, which was the stainless version, but this was what I found, and I really liked this gun. It was just beautiful. It was a great carry. It was just a little bit smaller than a full size. So this is the gun in action. I'm shooting it. The two-handed method, and it just had a great trigger, but it was just a little too sensitive for me. And but I really liked it because just having that little bit smaller size with the full-size grip frame was nice, and the sights were great. It was a little finicky with one particular self-defense ammo, but other than that, it was really a pretty nice shooter. So very accurate and very manageable as far as getting it on target. So here we go, just shooting, with my weak side hand for me, which would be my left hand, but still shot very nicely. And as I mentioned, just had one self-defense ammo. It was but a great gun. Really miss it. I really kind of took a beating when I sold it. So that was the Dan Wesson Guardian 45 ACP Commander with Novak sights, and is a great gun. His alloy frame is about 29 ounces. Really loved that gun, but the trigger was just too good for me. And that's part of the reason why I gave it up. But it, along with this next gun, which we'll look at right here, so you can see this one's in a special box. It's a 1 of 500. It's a Doug Turnbull case hardened edition. Very nice case hardening on it. It has a Bisley grip, which is Rosewood. It's a 5.5-inch barrel. And, you talk about a gun. This one here, I actually kind of kept going in the gun store for like over a year, and it kept sitting in there. And so finally one day I went in there and I said, if it's still here, I'm going to buy it even if I can do it on layaway, and they would do that. So, and I really missed this one. This one was a real gem. And there was one of the guys in the gun store actually owned another one of the 1 of 500, you know. And sometimes I thought about calling him to see if he still had it. So here I am getting ready to shoot some standard pressure 45 Colt out of the this Ruger Bisley Doug Turnbull edition, and really nice shooting gun. Really enjoyed having this one, very accurate also, and you know, coming up you'll see me shooting some Grizzly 265 grain plus P's out of it. And it handled those just fine. I didn't put my gloves on when I first shot it because I wasn't quite sure how much recoil I was going to experience with that. So anyway, I hope you enjoy this part of it. So this is the Grizzly 45 Colt plus P, and that's gas checked. It's 265 grain.
Is that your 45 Colt?
Yeah, I was trying out some Grizzly plus P, and I'm only going to shoot a
why.
couple. That's my Ruger Blackhawk 1 of 500, you know, 5.5-inch barrel, 45 Colt Bisley with Rosewood grips, and had Doug Turnbull, you know, case hardened finish. Really loved that gun. Both of those guns got sold because I was in a kind of a pinch. Had a lot of medical things going on, like people do sometimes. Not for me necessarily, but it was one of those times. And I took quite a beating on both of those, I have to tell you. But there was something that I could, I had to make that decision. It wasn't an easy one. But great shooter, handled the plus P's just fine, and really liked it. You know, it's why I ended up getting, you know, other Blackhawks, because I missed that so much. So let's take a look at the next one, which is also a revolver. So this is the Taylor's and Company Uberti Cattleman II with the weathered finish, antique finish with the weathered grips. It looked like something you might find out in a ghost town, you know, as you were riding through the desert and you saw it laying there in the dirt. And it's in, of course, it's in 45 Colt as well. It's great. It was a great gun too. You'll see with this plate rack that second plate doesn't want to drop, and that happens even to this day. So just something that you might notice there. It just has to do with the plate rack, not so much with the accuracy, because it's a very good shooter. So Taylor's and Company 1873 clone Cattleman II. Now this next one was the Taylor's and Company 1873 Cattleman II, which I had some trouble with, but the place I bought it from was real good about fixing it, you know, their armor, and because it had that new spring-loaded firing pin and some timing, but it got it straightened out, because I was like, you know, only able to fire like one shot out of every cylinder full. And but it worked out. It was in 45 Colt, and just that weathered finish, you know, looked like you found it in the dirt in an old ghost town, you know, and that weathered grip and everything. I just really love that gun. I'm still missing that one. I haven't got a replacement for it. I talked recently about maybe finding a Pieta or something like that, maybe as a replacement. So, as you know, I do miss that one, and I got to admit it was a great gun to have. So that's the ones I have to share with you today, and I think you'll agree those are kind of nice guns. And I used that one I traded to get my first Blackhawk 45 Colt Blackhawk again in the 7.5 inch. So as Reed Desert Boy always says, be safe out there, whatever you're doing. Bye now.